that then fertilizes the rest of the forest, right? Like fertilizes the trees around it. And I think about that time in my life where Melody like gave so much to me when she was living, but I feel like she's given even more to me since she's passed. And, you know, she has fertilized my passion for gardening. She gave me so much information. She taught me so much, you know, these lessons that I put in my garden every single year. I plant sweet alyssum for her every single year because of what she taught me about it. Like, and I don't know, I think that's there's something beautiful there. And it sounds like your past husband really, you know, changed you and has, you know, given you fertilizer to allow for this next chapter of your life to unfurl.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful metaphor. Stephen, like literally the
Oh,
3 weeks that he was in hospice,
hmm.
gifted this to me. Like,
Oh,
and he said, you know, there's a box. Can you bring a box and a pen? And he wrote a little message, which I don't really understand. It says, "I love you. Oh my God, the line is all the way back to the Chuck E. Cheese." Which
interesting.
poor Stevie. I you know, he's so sweet. And then he was like, these this is where you can put my glasses. So these are his glasses.
Oh my gosh.
So this is
Wait.
just such a special pot that I have, and
It's so beautiful. I mean, what a thoughtful person. I mean, I feel like that gesture speaks so much about him that, you know,
yeah,
3 weeks before he's thinking about you and gifting you. And the fact that his glasses, I feel like that's also so significant. He's like your guardian angel watching out for you as
right,
a planter, as you grow your plant collection. Like, I don't think it gets more thoughtful, beautiful, metaphorical than that. What a
right.
gorgeous gift.
Thanks. So what I was gonna mention, Maria, is that the this planter, when I was at the pop up, is in my banner, and I didn't even think about it. I just grabbed a photo real quick of my plant room and put it on a banner. And when I was standing there, just thinking like, wow, from just the three plants that turned into this amazing thing in my life. And I looked up and I saw like one of the
Wow.
first planters that I got, and it was Stevie's. You know, just looking back at me and saying, I'm
I'm
there,
here.
I'm here, I
Yeah.
see you. It's it's such a beautiful thing.
Whew.
Plants, you know, plants bring us so much closer to each other, which is, you know, a really cool thing.
It's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. You've brought tears to my eyes multiple times in our conversation today, but I mean, I just have chills thinking about the fact that he was in the photo and you didn't even really think about it, but that his planter is there. That's beyond beautiful and speaks
Yeah.
to the fact that just like that, he's going to be alongside of you, helping you, you know, as a guardian angel, helping you and your business grow and you know making sure you get all that good light or you have that aha moments where you're like, oh gosh, I need to go buy a Soltech light. You know, he's going to help you move through all of that.
Exactly.
I hope you get to cut my hair one day.
That would be great.
That would be so fun. I've
So,
never colored it. Like I've never done anything. Part of me sometimes, I almost bought that stupid washout box dye to dye it pink the other day. And then I was like, that's excessive, Maria. I already wear so much pink. I'm like, I think not. But I always told myself I wouldn't. My mom went gray early, and so I anticipated going gray early. So I always said I wouldn't dye my hair because I knew that I'd go gray early and I'd have to start dyeing it. I've just started getting grays. And so now I'm like, okay, well, maybe now is the time but I've never colored it. Like I've never really done anything to it. So that could
well,
be fun.
at this point, you could just do a glaze, and that would
Yeah.
kind of, you know, camouflage it a little bit without doing something permanent.
Yeah.
I know. I was seeing the picture yesterday from um, the orchid show, and I was like, "Is that all of Maria's hair?
It's all my hair. I have so
So
much hair.
long."
Like when I get my haircuts, I usually have to, if I'm getting my haircut by a new person, I usually have to be like, hey, just so you know, I have a lot of hair. Like you probably want to book more time for me because I feel like I've got like, people are always just like, holy, you have so much hair. And I used to wear it really short. And in the pandemic and for my wedding, I grew it out. And my husband really likes it long, and part of me kind of likes it long too. So I've kind of kept it this way, but it's like in the summer, it's like a freaking blanket. Like it's a blanket on my head. It's
And then you
sweaty.
wear it up to keep cool, and then
Yeah.
hurt your neck.
Exactly. Literally, you know it.
Oh.
So my new thing is my fringe. I just cut bangs, which I'm like enjoying. But I've manically cut them a couple times myself. And so I'm like, I need to go get them. I need to go back to the hair lady and get them fixed.
How is your burn healing up?
Oh my God. It's okay. It's healing fine.
You
My
covered it up really good.
Thank you. Well, it's healing now, but for that video shoot, I'm always like my life is I need a little bit of chaos to thrive. Like I just feel like I always call in just a little bit of chaos, and that was just like the perfect representation of me. Like I've spent 2 months, invested all this money into this huge video shoot, flying my brand manager in, like flying, we have thousands of dollars of product getting shipped to us to shoot, and I freaking like burn, we had to like flip my bang. She had to like stop. We flipped it to the other side to hide it, and she had to like thank God she could help me with it. But yeah, that's so classic me. It's like it look, we're almost super. That's why when you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm like, none of us know what we're doing. We're all just figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm so honored that when I said to you, I was like, "Oh, you need to come on the podcast." I literally ran into the house. I was like, Maria's like Monday, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do?"
I'm happy to. Well, I feel like you're a great example of someone, and I don't do that for everyone who launches a podcast, by the way, but I feel like you're a great example of someone who really gives more than they ask for, more than they take on the internet. Like in terms of this new wave of influencers who have come in post pandemic, when it's already been proven, like the space has already been proven. It's very interesting. Like I feel like you really see who gets into it because they think they can make fast money, or because they think that they could grow a following really fast, and then
Yeah.
who gets into it really for the passion. And I feel like you're so passionate and generous and kind and engaging. And so when you asked, I was like, yeah, of course I'll come on your show. That sounds like fun.
Thank you. I know, and I wore your brand
I
color.
know you wore my hot pink. I love
It's
it.
it's my gay dodgeball shirt.
I was gonna ask you. I love that. The gays are so good at like sports. They're little communal sport activities. I mean, coming from New York City and all my friends are gay, in the theater industry.
Yeah,
There's, they have the dodgeball and the bowling. Broadway bowling also is like a whole thing. There's a bowling league. Like it's so funny.
yeah. We also do a kickball league too.
Of course.
Part of
Of course.
Stonewall. Part of Stonewall. Where can people find you on Planty's social media?
Yeah. So you can find me at Growing Joy with Maria on all socials. We're doing a major social push this year. So this is the first time I'm making custom content for social media, which has been really fun, like exploring short form video, which you are an expert at. But my main thing, if you're listening to this podcast, you should hop over to Growing Joy with Plants. That's the name of my podcast. Subscribe. We have, 250 episodes, I think, at this point. Basically, any plant in your collection, I likely have an episode on it. So, you can scroll all the way down. We used to be called Bloom and Grow Radio, and rebranded to Growing Joy. I also have a really fun quiz on my website called the Plant Parent Personality Test. You can go to plantparentpersonality.com to take it, and it gives you your plant parent personality, your strengths, your weaknesses, and then a list of plants that are perfect for your lifestyle. And if you hold out, I'm doing an epic overhaul rebrand of it and launching it probably later this month. And I've spent like 3 days researching. I've gone through all of my plant books, researching like every plant parent personality is going to get a list of like 40 plants that are perfect for them, and like common plants, rarer plants, highlight. We have plants for different lighting situations. Like it's going to be really good. So I'll make sure Wade to tell you whenever that goes live, so we can make sure your audience gets to take it.
Awesome. That's very cool. All right, my love. Thank you so much for joining me. I am so honored to become your new Planty best friend. I have really
Absolutely.
enjoyed our correspondence. You've been so sweet. Ever since the holiday thing, or the holiday DIY, I had
Hmm.
been hooked. Actually, what hooked me, Maria, was the singing of your intro for the podcast.
Oh, really?
That was my hook. I was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this.
Oh, thank you. Well, more music is coming too. More music is coming this year, so I'm very excited to explore that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my love. Until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, plant people, thank you so much for tuning in to the 5th episode of the Plants by Whaley podcast. What an honor and a treat to be joined with Maria of Growing Joy with Plants. Make sure to check out her podcast as well as her YouTube and Instagram at Growing Joy with Maria. Next week, we will be joined with Lindsay of Plant Parenthood Company LLC, a plantrepreneur and plant content creator. We are going to have a fun chat. You don't want to miss it. Please be kind to yourself and others. And if you want that plant, get that plant. Until next time, talk to you later. Bye.